Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the 2022 BMW 230i M Sport. As with all of my reviews, I'm going to cover all of the ins and outs, get plenty of sound clips, and take this thing on a thorough drive. We've got a whole lot of stuff to cover, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up and let her run. BMW launched the all-new 2 Series for the 2022 model year, and it carries over pretty much unchanged for 2023. The 2 Series is available in 2 forms: the 4-cylinder powered 230i or the 6-cylinder powered M240i, both of which are available with a rear-biased all-wheel drive system for an additional $2,000. Base pricing is $37,400 and $47,900 respectively. The new 230i is 4.3 inches longer, 2.6 inches wider, 1 inch lower, and has a 2-inch longer wheelbase than the car it replaces. The front and rear tracks have been widened too, by 2.8 inches and 1.9 inches respectively. This not only plays a factor in improving handling, but it also gives the car a more aggressive stance. The exterior design has also evolved quite a bit. 3-dimensional surfaces, triangular forms, and diagonal lines bring a more technical look to the front end. The low front bumper, headlights positioned at the outer edges of the front end, and a new turbine-style BMW kidney grille give the car a wide, low-slung look. The long hood with its muscular power dome, along with short overhangs, a set-back cabin, and prominently flared fenders and rear quarters, all together give the new 2 Series a very athletic appearance and hint at the car's heightened dynamics. The roofline swoops down from the B-pillars to the short trunk lid, which finishes off with a subtle lip spoiler. This clean design language brings extra presence to the extended fenders. The sharp shoulder line that emerges from the headlights extends along the sides to the rear lights. The side windows culminate at the rear in a classical interpretation of BMW's signature Hofmeister kink. A second low character line links the front and rear wheel arches. It teams up with the side skirt extensions to give the area around the doors a light and compact appearance. Aluminum is used for the hood and front fenders to reduce weight and improve front and rear weight distribution. The new kidney grille is pretty cool as it features vertically arranged air flaps instead of the classic bars. They operate electronically and can open in 10 stages to provide increased cooling air when required by the engine. The horizontal cooling flaps in the lower area of the front bumper also adjust according to cooling needs, and provide additional cooling to the front brakes as well. Air curtains are integrated into the triangular inserts at the outer edges of the front bumper. They guide the oncoming air over the wheels to help reduce turbulence. On the 230i, you have twin polished circular exhaust tips. The headlamps and tail lamps are LED, with the fronts taking inspiration from the classic BMW 2002. Adaptive LED headlamps are optional with the premium package. They're distinguished by gold inlays and light guides for the daytime running lights and turn signal indicators. The adaptive functions include turning with the steering wheel, automatic high beams, and integrated cornering lights, which use navigation system data to basically look ahead and illuminate the road as effectively as possible. When it comes to color options, there's 2 non-metallic and 6 metallic options to choose from. This example is finished in Melbourne Red Metallic, which is a $550 option. Speaking of options, this example is also equipped with the Dynamic Handling Package, the M Sport Package, the Premium Package, and the Harman Kardon audio system. As equipped, the total MSRP including destination is $46,570. Styling components of the M Sport package, which is only available on the 230i, includes an aggressively styled front bumper with larger side air intakes, M high-gloss Shadowline exterior trim, unique side skirts, and lower section of the rear bumper with integral diffuser, all painted in dark shadow metallic. Of course, I'll be highlighting additional M Sport performance and cosmetic enhancements as we go through the video. The new 2 Series delivers more power and torque, a standard 8-speed sports automatic transmission with launch control, and the choice between rear-wheel drive or an optional rear-biased all-wheel drive system. Together with a thoroughly revised chassis, the 230i delivers terrific performance and a driving experience that's honestly hard to match in this segment. The 230i benefits from a revised 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that produces 255 horsepower between 5,000 and 6,500 RPM and 295 pound-feet of torque between 1,550 and 4,400 RPM. That's an increase of 7 horsepower and 37 pound-feet of torque over the previous generation. With rear-wheel drive, the 230i can accelerate to 60 miles an hour in 5.5 seconds, while the top speed is limited to either 130 miles per hour or 155 miles per hour depending on the specifications selected. The engine also features a twin-scroll turbocharger for quick response, as well as an aluminum engine block and an aluminum cylinder head with an integrated exhaust manifold. Not to mention high-precision direct fuel injection and a split cooling system for the engine block. The compression ratio is 10.2 to 1. When it comes to fuel efficiency, the 230i is rated between 26 miles per gallon in the city and 35 miles per gallon on the highway. During my week of driving, I averaged around 29 miles per gallon. Premium fuel with an octane rating of at least 91 is required. The total tank capacity is 13.7 gallons. The 8-speed automatic transmission is the standard and only transmission offered in the new 2 Series. It's been updated to offer sharper shift characteristics, improved efficiency, remarkably fast gear changes, and smooth operation, not to mention a launch control system. The latter enables the quickest acceleration from a standstill by optimizing the engine, transmission, and traction control system for the fastest launch possible. To optimize the shift strategy for performance driving and efficiency, the transmission's control unit is able to use route topography data and the traffic information supplied by the navigation system and driver assistance systems. This allows it to avoid unnecessary gear changes through a quick succession of corners and to shift down early when approaching an intersection or a vehicle ahead in order to utilize engine braking. If you wanted to take the reins yourself, there's a set of aluminum paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel. For quick bursts of speed while on the move, there's also a sprint function, which is part of the optional Shadowline package. It allows the transmission to automatically shift into the lowest usable gear when you pull the left-hand shift paddle for at least 1 second. At the same time, all of the powertrain and chassis systems are switched to their sharpest sport settings. The optional all-wheel drive system helps increase traction, directional stability, and agility. It uses an electronically controlled multi-plate clutch in the transfer case that's linked with the engine and chassis systems to distribute torque between the front and rear wheels as required. This way, any tendency of the car to oversteer or understeer is greatly reduced. In situations where all-wheel drive isn't needed, power is sent to the rear wheels only to boost efficiency and fuel mileage. This example features the optional M Sport differential, which offers an electronically controlled, fully variable locking function to improve traction and directional stability, as well as agility and cornering dynamics. The dynamic stability control system is used to limit rotational speed equalization between the rear wheels to optimize the transfer of power to the road. This effectively counters any tendency to understeer when taking corners. Power, which cannot be transferred to the road by an unloaded wheel on the inside corner, is shifted to the outside wheel instead of applying the brakes to neutralize its effect. As a result, all of the engine's power and torque is channeled into providing a fun driving experience. The fully variable differential can provide a locking effect of 0 to 100%. Distributing the torque to the wheels individually also improves stability during quick direction changes. The 230i is available with a wide selection of 18-inch and 19-inch alloy wheels, either individually or as part of optional packages. 18-inch wheels are standard, with 225 front and rear non-run-flat all-season tires. You can also get run-flat tires depending on the package. This example has 19-inch wheels with a staggered fitment, and 225/40 front and 255/35 rear performance non-run-flat tires. Powerful, lightweight braking systems also play an important role in the car's precisely controlled performance. The optional M Sport brakes, which come standard on the M240i, provide excellent braking performance and intuitive feel whether negotiating city streets or pushing hard during spirited driving. They feature 4-piston front fixed calipers and single-piston rear floating calipers. The calipers with M logos are painted blue but can also be had with a red painted finish as shown here. In developing the new 2 Series chassis, BMW set out to lead the way in the premium compact segment in terms of driving performance. Compact dimensions, a lightweight design for the body and chassis, near perfect 50-50 weight distribution, and optimized aerodynamics all come together to deliver a true sports car feel. The agility, steering precision, and cornering dynamics have all been significantly improved over the previous 2 Series. Wider tracks, modified wheel camber, and up to 12% increase in static torsional rigidity for the body also play a role. Despite all of the improvements in chassis performance, the car still retains high levels of comfort in everyday driving. Underpinning the car is a 2-joint spring strut front suspension and a 5-link rear suspension. The rigidity of the components used in the front bring more precise wheel control. A hydraulically damped tension strut mount minimizes vibration and oscillation. Aluminum suspension arms and swivel bearings reduce unsprung mass. The 5-link rear suspension also helps ensure precise wheel control due to the stiffness of its subframe and suspension arms. A combination of aluminum and steel components in the rear help reduce mass, while new lighter weight wheel bearings help reduce friction by 45%. Lift-related shock absorber technology provides extra damping to control body movement when driving over large bumps and inhibits excessive dive. The system reacts to minor imperfections in the road surface with low damping forces that produce high levels of comfort. The extra damping contributes to excellent behavior in corners. At the front suspension, an additional element that drops down into the inner sleeve of the shock absorber cancels out body vibrations. The lift-related control at the rear suspension employs an additional piston and a tapered inner tube to ensure optimum hydraulic damping even when carrying a heavy load. Lift-related damping is an active element of the suspension setup and can be tuned specifically to optimize the balance between sport and comfort. The optional M Sport suspension brings firmer responses for the lift-related dampers and springs. On the M230i, an adaptive M suspension is standard, which combines the characteristics of the M Sport suspension with electronically controlled shock absorbers. The model-specific electric power steering systems for the new 2 Series makes them exceptionally precise. Servotronic speed-sensitive power steering is standard on the 230i. Variable sport steering is standard on the M240i and is part of the optional M Sport package for the 230i. The variable sport steering, which was equipped on this example, offers a variable ratio which adjusts according to the steering angle, allowing it to provide both directional stability and agile cornering response. The overall ratio is 13.6 to 1. Parking and low-speed maneuvering requires significantly less steering effort when changing between comfort and sport modes, bringing a noticeable difference in steering effort when equipped with the variable sport steering. Parking and low-speed maneuvering requires significantly less steering effort. When changing between comfort and sport modes, you also get a noticeable difference in steering effort when equipped with the variable sport steering. The standard steering ratio is 14 to 1. Inside the new 2 Series, sports car flair meets a premium ambiance that represents a clear leap forward from the previous model. The latest interpretation of the driver-focused cockpit design is defined by the driver-focused arrangement and operation of the displays and controls. It's exactly what you would expect from a premium sports coupe. Excellent build quality, plenty of top-shelf features, and a quiet and comfortable ride. The BMW controller, gear selector lever, start-stop button, driving experience control switch, and numerous other function buttons are grouped within a modern-looking control panel in the center console. The design of the interior centers on the engaging driving experience offered by the new 2 Series. The taper in the roofline, the high center console, and the smooth blending of the instrument panel and door panels create a cocoon-like feel. Standard equipment includes sport seats and a sport leather steering wheel with newly designed multifunction buttons. The available sunroof is 20% larger than the one used in the previous 2 Series. The sport seats are firm but also comfortable. They support you in all the right places. Of course, all of the adjustments are powered. New perforated Sensatec synthetic leather upholstery is standard and offered in 3 colors. Vernasca leather upholstery is available in a choice of 4 colors. With the M Sport package on the 230i, you get a unique M leather steering wheel, cushioned knee pads on the center console, door finishers with M logos, M pedals, an M driver footrest, M floor mats, and M specific displays in the instrument cluster. Another nice touch is the standard automatic climate control system, which offers independent temperature and ventilation controls for the driver, the front passenger, and the rear passengers. Optional ambient interior lighting provides rich illumination of the interior with precision lighting for the mat pockets and door panel trim, the door handles, the footwells, the center console, and the storage compartment in front of the selector lever. When it comes to audio, a 205-watt 10-speaker system comes standard. This example, like I mentioned earlier, has the optional Harman Kardon surround sound system, which offers 464 watts and 14 speakers. It packs a serious punch in this small car. 2 USB outlets for charging and data transfer, Bluetooth, a Wi-Fi interface, and 4G LTE connectivity are all standard. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability are also standard, in addition to SiriusXM satellite radio with 360L and a 1-year all-access subscription. The latest BMW iDrive 7 infotainment system is available in 2 display sizes. The standard setup features an 8.8-inch digital touchscreen display, along with an analog instrument cluster with a 5.1-inch digital information display. With the infotainment system, you have navigation, BMW Intelligent Personal Assist, BMW Digital Key, real-time traffic information, connected music, remote software upgrades, and so much more. With the optional BMW Live Cockpit Professional upgrade, the instrument cluster switches to a 12.3-inch fully digital display and increases the size of the central screen to 10.25 inches. Also available for the first time in a 2 Series is a heads-up display, which boasts a very large projection area and full-color high-resolution graphics. The new 2 Series comes standard with a plethora of active and passive safety systems. Standard driver assistance technologies include forward collision warning with braking, lane departure warning, rear cross traffic alert, active blind spot detection, dynamic cruise control, and park distance control. LED exterior lighting is also standard. Optional technologies include active cruise control with stop and go in the parking assistance package, which offers a lot of extra stuff by itself. Its basic function helps you navigate parking spaces either parallel or perpendicular to the road. It can also be used for pulling out of spaces parallel to the road. In addition to steering inputs, the parking assistance controls acceleration, braking, and gear changes required for the maneuver. Also included in the parking assistance package is Backup Assistant, which offers automated reversing in confined spaces or situations where the driver does not have a clear view, such as narrow, windy driveways over a distance of up to 50 yards. All you have to do is operate the accelerator pedal and brake pedal and monitor your surroundings. Additional features in the parking assistance package include a surround view camera system, which, in addition to the standard rear view system, has top view, panorama view, and 3D view, which helps create a 360-degree image of the vehicle and its surroundings, which is shown from various angles in the control display. The remote 3D view function even gives you the ability to call up a 3-dimensional live image of your car and its immediate vicinity on your smartphone. The optional BMW Drive Recorder, available on cars with parking assistance, uses the driver assistance system's cameras to record video images all around the car, so these can be stored and either later played back on the central display or exported via the USB interface. It allows the driver to record videos up to 40 seconds in length while driving, and in the event of a collision, up to 20 seconds of video taken both before and after the impact are stored. As far as airbags, the 2 Series features dual front airbags, dual knee airbags, front seat mounted side impact airbags, and side curtain airbags for the front and rear seats. Being a 4-seater, the 2 Series is decently practical. The front seats tip forward by pulling a handle on the upper backrests. They electrically slide forward or backward automatically, so hopping in the rear seat is relatively easy. The contours and integrated headrests of the 2 rear seats give them an individual seat character, allowing passengers in the rear to enjoy a sense of sportiness as well. All things considered, it's a pretty nice place to sit if you're able to sit back there. There's padded armrests, headrests, a raised center section, overhead LED lighting, and child seat anchors. The biggest downside over the previous generation is that overall headspace is noticeably smaller. Being 5 foot 10 inches, I was able to sit back there okay, but it's not a place I'd want to sit for long as it's a tight space. The roof is dished out to make a bit more headroom. I was surprised by the amount of amenities too. With the tri-zone climate control, rear seat passengers can set their own temperature. There's also a couple of USB Type-C charging ports. If no one is sitting in the rear seats, you can fold down the headrest for extra visibility. The previous Generation 2 series offered quite a lot of trunk space for a small car, 13.8 cubic feet to be specific. it was also a pretty versatile space to enhance practicality even further. The new 2 Series offers up the same versatility, if not a little bit more, but downsizes on overall cargo capability. The total available space is 10 cubic feet. On either side of the trunk, there's a storage net for securing smaller items, while the more robust D-rings can be used to secure larger items. The big plus is the ability to fold down the rear seat. Before, it was a 50-50 split design. Now you have a 40-20-40 design, so you have more ways to configure depending on passenger and cargo hauling needs. With the rear seats folded, you have a large opening and a flat load floor up to the front seats. The car's battery is mounted underneath the trunk floor. Storage throughout the rest of the interior is pretty good for a small car. In addition to lower door pockets and a large locking glove box, you have a small cubby on the left side of the lower dashboard, a center console cubby, 2 cup holders, and a wireless phone charger ahead of the cup holders, plus a 12-volt power outlet and some USB outlets. In the rear, you have seat back pockets, an open tray in the middle of the seats, and 2 more cup holders in the middle armrest.
Well everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like down below because it really helps the videos a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so because of course, there's always a lot more where that came from. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.